Hello, everybody. Hello. It is Sunday, February 9th. It is a little after 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. For the answer your questions, I'm in Tempe, Arizona. I'm going to do the live Jimmy Dore show at the Tempe Improv. Welcome to this live stream, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well today. Hello, Backyard Politics. What's up? Looks like your YouTube channel is starting to take off. That's good to see. Good for you. Everybody joining. Cannon Fodder. What's up? Karen M. Good afternoon. Tisha T. David. Stacy. What is up? Dos Vidania, comrades. Vermont Bread Smith. Hello. Respect Walk. Yeah. Why are all the media people, including SNL, not calling Iowa cheating? Well, SNL is owned by Comcast Universal, which is part of the, they're an arm of the military-industrial complex. So they need their deep state candidate, Pete Buttigieg, to win. That's why they're not calling it. It's not cheating. They're saying, oh, a fumble, but they figured it out. Pete's, boy, he's surging. They keep pushing the surging thing. I've seen it on Fox News. I've seen it everywhere. Everybody's pushing Buttigieg surging. So that's what's going on. Hello. Vermont is beautiful in September. We will be there. September 13th, I believe, we're in Burlington. The 12th, we're in Portland, Maine. The 11th, we are in Boston. The 10th, we are in New York City. Yeah, I don't watch SNL. I don't watch corporate comedy. I just don't. I can't do it. I was doing a show last night. It was awesome. We did Tucson, Arizona last night. Man, it was so great. It was, hello, Belle. Sounds like you're having a good holiday there in Australia. Last time was so cool. We were in Tucson, Arizona. So Tucson, Arizona is home to my alma mater, the University of Arizona. So I spent, a fair amount of time in Tucson. And I haven't performed in Tucson in probably about 4 or 5 years, maybe. I did a show with Doug Benson. It's the first time we've ever done the Progressive Comedy Tour in Tucson. And this little comedy club that literally used to be a strip club was sold out. It was fantastic. And it was all these progressives and one of my college roommates, actually. Yes, Ron did sing. Tisha T, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Thank you, Tisha, for supporting the show. Ron did sing. He brought his guitar. So that's one of the things we're doing for 2020. These 2 songs that Ron has done at the Jimmy Dore shows, he's going to be closing his set on the road in 2020. It was really awesome. Like, he had a lot of new political material, as did I. And then he closed the show with these 2 activist songs. And it was really cool. Like, my college roommate was there and he was like, man, this club is in the middle of nowhere and you packed it. And I said, yeah, that's because of this YouTube. Like, I've done 300 episodes of television and all this stuff. And he was like, because he's seen me perform for years. He's like, it's amazing, Graham. Everybody here's here to see you guys. It's amazing. And I said, yeah, it's being on the Jimmy Dore show and doing this. It's really cool. So, it was really awesome. So geoengineering, what climate change? So yeah, I see that a lot, that people think that there's geoengineering. Here's the thing, you follow the money. And one of the things I say on the show is just follow the money. So the thing why to what completely discredits climate change denial is funded by the oil lobby. And is there geoengineering or not? I don't know. I'd like to see some conclusive evidence. I worry that the people who say there's no climate change, it's geoengineering, that sounds like oil lobby propaganda talking points. That's the thing. I don't buy it, because it's real simple. The money's real simple. The fossil fuel industry, if the whole world transitions away from fossil fuel, which everybody's starting to do, they're going to lose trillions of dollars. And they've known this for a while, since the 80s, since the 70s, really, when they did their own internal studies. In 1977, ExxonMobil did an internal study that said internal combustion engines and the burning of fossil fuels, but specifically petroleum, burning gasoline and oil is harming the planet. And they then buried that study, and starting in the mid to late 80s, they started pushing climate change denial. they started saying, well, back then it was called global warming. Oh, global warming isn't happening. They started funding that. So engineering, and they're literally funding, think tanks have funded and done research on, let's plant, if you start planning conspiracies, that's part of the way that that's part of their disinformation campaign. So when I hear that, I just go, nope, just follow the money, you know, and they'll say, oh, you know, the Hollywood elites, and, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio, he makes all this money, and that's why he has to say this, you know, for the environmental groups are just a scam. And it's like, you got to be kidding me. The amount of money that environmental groups raise is about 0.1% compared to the money that the fossil fuel industry, that oil lobby makes. So it's not even, yeah. The RAND Institute often analyzed failure of different institutions. If you look at the early Vietnam analysis, it points to a dependency on untested technology with no real goals. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, let me start answering some of the super chats. So anyway, the show on Tucson was so great, and it was great to be back in the city that I went to college with and all these progressives. It was just like, it was really, really cool. I mean, it was really like, it was really cool. I mean, there's me. Sorry. And so it's, where we go. So it was great. And you know, some people had seen us before. A bunch of people had never seen us before, and you know, it's great that people that have never seen Ron and I do stand up, because and I'm sure this is probably like the majority of you, is, you know, it's like, you've only,
in this video, I'll show you how to set up and
so annoying. You can't, you know, you only see us on panels, so you don't know, like, if we're, you don't know if we're, you know, you've never seen us do stand-up, so you're just like, you know, we've never seen us do stand-up. You see us be funny on panel, but to see us actually do what we do, which is be stand-up comedians, is pretty awesome. So it was just really, it's great having everybody come out and see it. Let's read some super chats. Super chats, yeah. Like Tisha T, like I said, yes, Ron did sing. I just also need to let all of you know this. There's 178 people watching, 66 likes. Please hit the like button. I'm going to have to leave in less than an hour because the Jimmy Dore show is tonight at 7, and I got to be at the comedy club by about 6:15 or so. So I gotta bail here, and it's 5:20. I'm in Mountain Time. So we had to drive up from Tucson today, which is about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive. So yeah, the stream today, I'm just letting everybody know it's going to be short, or shorter. So geoengineering has been deployed for the last 20 years. Okay, fine. But I think they're separate things. If you want to show evidence of geoengineering, great. But to tell me that that's why there isn't, that climate change isn't real, is just not accurate. There's not enough that has been used by the oil lobby, and anything used by the oil lobby for disinformation, I don't trust it. And you have to separate them. The oil lobby has tried to merge them together to get to, oh, there's no climate change. Really? Then there's 5 islands of floating garbage that's all plastic. The ocean, and if the oceans die, if all the sea life in the oceans die from plastic waste, from single-use plastic, then what? That's not geoengineering, right? So it's like the tornadoes of fire that just happened in Australia. Like, now there's a lot of rain we're seeing, thankfully. That's not geoengineering. That's the failure of all this stuff. So it's that I don't, that's just those things. So let's answer some super chats. Ricky Williams, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Moderator should do some rough math and ask Klobuchar how many coffee cans her grandfather would need to save enough spare change for college today. I will do that. That's a great, yeah. Another Klobuchar's always got some. My dad, grew up in a coffee can or whatever. It's just like, enough. Boom. Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Ricky Williams, greatest of all time unplugged album. Alice in Chains or Nirvana? That's insane. Let me think. I would probably say, I'd say Nirvana. I like the Alice in Chains, but I'd say Nirvana, best unplugged album. That's what I would say. And thank you for just in the middle of this asking a question about asking about greatest album of all time. I like that. Somebody wrote both. It depends on the song, meaning crazy. Nirvana MTV Unplugged was the best. Yeah, when MTV used to, I don't know if they still do. I haven't watched MTV in quite some time, but when I did in the early 90s, I loved those Unplugged sessions. They were so great. It's crazy. So they keep shutting down Tulsi's live town halls. God, is it mad? Not that it doesn't surprise me. Ugh. Cat B, what's up, Cat? How you doing? Hope to see you in Oregon. 259 people watching, 111 likes. Please hit the like button. So what helps the show, I always say that, is it's what YouTube tracks. So the more likes, views, streams, retweets, comments. So in the regular videos, watch the ads all the way through. These are great free ways to support the show. When you watch the ads all the way through, when you click skip ad, I don't get paid. So open up a separate browser window or whatever. That always helps. And if it's an ad you actually like, if you watch the ad all the way through, I get a little money. If you click on it, I get a little more. If you click through and buy it or use it or whatever, if it's something you actually like and you click through my thing, then I get even more. So those are free ways to support the show. And then likes on the streams, on all the videos helps. And in the videos, even just in the comment section, just a smiley, a thumbs up, a thanks, appreciate it, whatever, all that stuff helps. So yes, I will keep kicking ass. Tulsi just got cut out during a domestic violence answer. Oh God, Mbird33, thanks for letting us know that. It's awful, of course. He had a Trump. Now somebody said, Graham, you had a Trump ad, and I couldn't watch it. So this is the thing when people are like, Graham, there's all these awful like Prager University. So I just want to show you this or explain the economics. I understand you like, oh God, or Trump ads and you can't watch them. Look at it this way. First of all, open up a separate window, turn the, don't listen to it or whatever. But know this, when a Trump ad, you will let a Trump ad play on this show, the Trump campaign then has to give a little bit of money to me. So if you think of it from that way, because that's when you buy ads, when lets an ad play, because I buy ads to get subscribers for the show. And they air on the Jimmy Dore Show. I don't have a big ad budget. Like I don't have to spend a lot of money, but if you've ever seen one of my ads on a Jimmy Dore Show, it says, hey, I'm Graham Elwood, please subscribe to my channel. So if you let that watch all the way through, then I have to pay for that. So if you let the Trump ad play all the way through, Trump's got it. Trump is paying me. So isn't that kind of awesome? He's paying a guy that wears a Green New Deal shirt. So if you think of it that way, it's actually kind of amazing. So let those right wingers ads play and just know that they're giving me money. They're helping they're helping support this show. So What about a 45-minute Ted Cruz interview? That's funny. Look at propaganda so I can get 1 cent. Yeah, it's not a lot of money, but I'm just letting you know. Nevada Democratic Party hired Buttigieg campaign organizer Emily Goldman as voter protection director. Spread the word. They will attack Nevada. Yep, they got to get Nevada. Caucuses, this is why they got to get rid of caucuses. If you live in Iowa or Nevada or any state with a caucus, start now saying, how do we petition, signatures, get rid of the caucuses. I think it's easier to cheat in a caucus than it is. And again, we need total election reform. So Tulsi put this thing out. There's to get signatures, but I've been like, we need get the money out of politics. We need open primaries. We need paper ballots with receipts. We need ranked choice voting. Right? The Trump ads. Oh, Cat B saying the Trump ads do have a thumbs up down. Yeah, so let the ad play all the way through and then click a thumb down. That's fantastic. You're right, Graham. Never thought of it that way. I'll swallow the vomit that comes up saying Trump. So those Dumbledore's ash, so he has to pay you. I don't want anyone to vomit, but just look at the bigger picture. Majin Bull 77, shave your knuckles for justice. Please cover Jordan Sheridan and his cameramen being harassed at Buttigieg event. It's dystopian and Trumpish. This needs to be a big deal. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. You know what? I will reach out to, I'll actually see if I can get Jordan. I'm gonna reach out to Jordan because he's been on my show before. So I'll see if I can have him on my show right now to talk about what happened. I'm gonna email him right now. Here. Boom. See, you put that out there, and now we're making it happen with Jordan. So thank you, Major Bull. Kevin B, shave your knuckles for justice. Do you believe the endorsement of Gary Johnson to Tulsi Gabbard will make a difference in New Hampshire or Nevada? I mean, Gary Johnson doesn't have some huge amount of sway, but he has a legitimate following. I mean, let's not forget. So Gary Johnson in doing that, look, he got like Jill Stein got 1 million votes. Gary Johnson got like 7 million votes. So he does have some influence. And I've said this before, Tulsi appeals to a lot of libertarians and center-right people and veterans. So Gary Johnson endorsing her actually could help. I mean, what if, in Iowa, she was like barely got any numbers? What if she comes in 3rd or 2nd place or something like that? And a bunch of people show up to help shove like Biden and Warren and even Buttigieg down the row a little bit. What if it was Bernie first, Tulsi second? What would that do? How would the press respond to that? So I think that's a great question. Oh, hey, Jimmy Dore Show, shave your knuckles for justice. I heard that you don't laugh at Jimmy Dore's bad jokes. He doesn't pay you. Confirm. No, Jimmy doesn't pay me. He is an evil tyrant. He's a brutal dictator. He has an earpiece that comes directly from the Kremlin 24/7. Backstage, there is a cattle prod, and we're tortured and instructed what to laugh at on his live shows. And we have to, it's a cult, basically, being on the Jimmy Dore Show. And he takes salary, like I have to turn over all my salary to him. We're never allowed to look him in the eye. So this is all true. Yeah, but he's a Kremlin puppet, and I've been co-opted by Putin. So those are facts. I said it. It's a fact. Speaking of facts, 307 people are watching, 184. Hit the like button, everybody. Hit the like button. I think Jimmy, we're staying in the same hotel, so maybe he's in the room next to me listening. That's why he's on the live stream. If you're in Tempe, I hope you're coming to the show tonight. It's at 7 o'clock. Sky's not the limit. Shave your knuckles for justice. Sky's not the limit. There's a photo of Bloomberg with Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah, I've talked about this before, man. So Bloomberg, there's a photo of Bloomberg with Ghislaine Maxwell. He went golfing with Trump and Clinton and Mayor Giuliani, which I brought that up when, the two former mayors of the biggest city in America are golfing with two presidents who have ties to Epstein and are implicated with Epstein across the board, Trump and Bill Clinton. Trump was on his plane once. Bill was on 26 times. Virginia Roberts was trafficked at Mar-a-Lago. William Barr, Acosta, all people who have helped Epstein and ties to Epstein along the way, that people that Trump picked. Not to mention the Clintons have been to his compound in New Mexico. Ghislaine Maxwell was at Chelsea Clinton's wedding. So I posted in one of the videos I talked about the woman from the Bureau of Prisons in New York. Oh, we don't know what happened to the video. We don't know, the two guards fell asleep or they were doing online shopping. Really? This happened in New York, and here's two former mayors who still have a lot of power and influence in that city, friends with two presidents who have all these ties to Epstein and have been on his plane. Of course they're all friends. It's awful, man. It's awful. And I don't trust Bloomberg at all. I'm compiling a bunch of stuff to do a video on him this week because he's the worst. He's the absolute worst. He's just another billionaire. I mean, Tom Steyer, I'm super critical of, but I don't think he's as bad as Bloomberg. I know we got to pick the lesser of two billionaire white guys that can just buy their way into a goddamn primary. But Bloomberg he's part of the ruling elite, and I wouldn't be shocked in any way, shape, or form if more evidence were to come out that Bloomberg is directly tied to Epstein's pedophile sex trafficking ring. I wouldn't be like, Bloomberg? No. I'd be like, oh yep, that makes sense. Yeah. As Towers Comics said, it's a big club and you ain't in it. Urban 808, what's up? 808, Hawaii, aloha. Did TYT ever ask you to do aggressive progressive? Nope, they didn't. Ron and I, were on that show a bunch that last month, after Jimmy had announced he wasn't doing it. Ron and I and Malcolm, we all were hosts, and we just thought we would be considered for it. And, we talked about, we did two episodes, I think, with Kim Iverson. It was me, Ron, and Kim, and we were like, this is a great team. And nope, never happened. I would email Team IT and say, why don't you have Graham and Ron back doing aggressive progressive? But I don't know. Natural Progressive, check out her YouTube channel. I think her and I are going to be doing a video soon. I get back, I go home tomorrow, so we'll figure that out. What's up, Chris? I hope you're well. Make sure you click the like. Much love. Hey, Chris, check out her channel. It's really great information on what's happening with the environment. 349 watching, 232 likes. Hit the like button. Edwin Dunning, what's up, Edwin? Did you see the Emily Goldman thread? She's voter protection director for Nevada Democratic Party and Pete for America organizer, ready to steal Nevada. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Thank you for bringing that up. We're going to talk about it all week. And, Nevada is the 21st or 22nd. I think it's a Saturday, the Nevada caucus. So it's just unbelievable. And then SNL helps feed, I've shown you the media multiplier. So that's how that's how they make it seem like, oh, even SNL is it. SNL, they're all part of it. They're all part of it. So I'm glad you're bringing this up. We all need to bring this up. We all need to be talking about this on social media and constantly point this out and say, this is not fair. This is not democracy. This is cheating. Why did we talk? We're going to scream about Russia for 3 years. How come we're not screaming about this? So as long as the Democrats cheat, it's okay. But if Russia does it, oh, it's a crime and we got to go to World War III. Like, give me a break. How come we're not bombing the Democratic Convention, the Democratic Party's headquarters? If they're going to cheat, aren't they the enemies of the state then? Like, it's unbelievable. Annabelle Corley, what's up, Annabelle? The summer has been scary and unpredictable. It's not okay, as our government are telling us. Follow Juice Media for the truth about what's happening in Australia. One of the few independent sources. Good to hear. Yeah, so Australia's having to deal with Rupert Murdoch and his lies. I heard that the rains have been good to quell the storms, but now, and we see this in California every year, we have these brush fires, and then when the big rains come, there's all these floods and mudslides because there's all the trees are gone to the soil and the roots and everything to absorb the water. So then it's just like, it's a complete mudslide. So, and it's not going to just fix itself on its own if we don't deal with climate change and really get after it. And, I hope this people of Australia vote Scott Morrison out, because he seems to be pretty much like a jackass. So I hope you're doing well, Annabelle, and I hope everyone in Australia who watches the show is doing all right. Kenneth 83K. What's up, Kenneth? Shave your knuckles for justice. Greetings from Denmark. Thank you for watching. It's great. We're doing this show. People are watching all over the world. Thanks for being a great source of uncensored news and the mind-blowing phenomenon that is U.S. politics. No, it's weird. Well, it's not weird that there's all these people from around the world paying attention, because as there's the old saying, when America gets a cough, the whole world gets a cold. That's why when we were in Australia, it was amazing. In every city we had, all these like Australian progressives who knew everything about American politics, because they're like, we're terrified of America, because if they flat out cheat Bernie again, we have a lot of time and opportunity here to help prevent that from happening, but they obviously are trying to do it. Then what? Buttigieg will lose to Trump. He'll lose to Trump. And if he were to win, so what? It would still be awful. He would. And, we've all talked about this. Jimmy was just on Tucker Carlson saying, the Democratic Party would rather lose to Trump than let Bernie Sanders take over. I said it on RT on Crosstalk last month, or December. It's gnarly. Jimmy George. Major Bull 77. Pete's campaign staff ripped his press badge off. You're talking about Jordan. Yeah, we're going to get Jordan on the show and talk about it. It's insane. You see how like the corporate Democrats wanted Kamala and Liz Warren and Joe Biden, but the deep state wants Wine Cave Pete. That became so crystal clear with Iowa. Like, former Navy intelligence officer, that speech he gave that night they wrote that out. Oh no, we're going to cheat and win. So here's your acceptance speech of how we shocked the world, Iowa. And so they're pushing this surge narrative. If you watch that video I did based on Veronica Persimmon's Medium article, she called out the 5 steps to do it. And one of them is like manufacturing surge. Pete's gaining steam, which just tells the American, registered Democrat who's not paying that much attention, oh, I guess Pete's the guy I should go with. All of the any blue will just someone beat Trump. They know those people will go, all right, if Pete's our guy, then I guess I'll vote for him. He's starting to surge. I love Bernie, but if Pete can win, let's do it. It's just like, oh God. Miles Jackson. Yeah, good. Okay, you got it. 389 watching, 264 likes. Please hit the like button. Pete is a tool. Dr. Dragon, hit the thumbs up button. Rain stopped today in Australia, Annabelle. Okay. The ocean is brown. Yep. From all the mudslides. That's, yep. Oh boy. Shave your knuckles for justice. Absolutely. Yeah, there's too many sheep in America, easily manipulated people who can be played for fools. Well, that's by design. So they've been doing this for decades. Undermine school system. We don't have great schools, so people aren't taught to like think for themselves and develop critical thinking. They're just designed to be workers. We've eviscerated unions. Unions were great places to organize. You were a member of a union. Your union says, our union endorses Bernie Sanders. So why? Because he's for all these good labor things. And you go, oh, okay. But we eviscerate unions. You got to drive have 3 jobs, Grubhub, Uber, wait tables, whatever, just to barely get by. You don't have time. My college roommate came in the show and goes, Graham, it's great what you're doing. I don't have time to watch your stuff. He's a sports guy. I watch a little bit of Sports Center. I go to work. I take care of my kids. That's the time I have. It's by design. Keep you working. The bills are expensive. You got to work. You got to find a good job to get your health insurance. Because if we had free health insurance, then they lose that thing to hold over all of our heads. Don't make too many waves. You don't want to lose your job where health insurance is included. See how that works? So yeah, we're designed to be sheep. Yeah, Iowa was a sneak preview, man. Don't be shocked by anything. Yeah. Democratic Party's agenda has never been about defeating Trump. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Citizens Media TV, what's up? Check them out. They do good reporting. And also Jeff Epstein, different one, not the awful person that fake hung himself with a paper t-shirt. Jeff Epstein that does Ron's theme song. If you want to learn about MMT, go to my MMT playlist. There's numerous interviews with Jeff, and then he also turned me on to other people like Fidel Kaboub and Stephen Hale. So check that out and watch Citizens Media TV. The Dems will defeat Bernie Sanders at all costs. Trillions are at stake. No Bernie, no future. We need to reject their process, rules. The entire party will make Bernie president, whether they like it or not. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, you're absolutely correct, because this is the thing. Bernie is, all of his policies and everything completely circumvent, undermine, and get rid of all of this ruling class oligarchy power. And so they got to beat him at all costs. They have to defeat him. And so we have to overwhelm them. You got primaries coming up in your state. I mean, get out there, man. I don't know what else to do. Like, we got to do everything and get loud about the cheating and be real clear. Like, I'm very clear. I will not vote for any blue will do. I will not. And that's just the way I feel. Because any blue will do people, you're telling the Democratic Party you can cheat and do whatever you want, and I will accept whatever shitty candidate that doesn't have policies that make my life better. I will accept that. That's the thing you just got to repeat over and over to the any blue will do people. They just don't. It's unbelievable. So check out Citizens Media TV. Revolutionary Koala, thank you for supporting the show. Sky's not the limit. Jackson Fax made some great points for potential dangers of microwaves. Just look at the active denial system and the microwave auditory effect. Yeah, it's a really cool interview with Jackson Fax. He's got his own YouTube show. We were talking about 5G, and I've done several videos on 5G, all because of Patreon supporters, Jackson Fax and Faye Edelstein. It's one of the things that's great. The Patreon, when you join, if you go to grahamelwood.com/Patreon, you can give me all this, like you guys have taught me, and then I get to send it out to, like Citizen Media TV, MMT was one of you. That's Jeff. One of you told me about this. So it's 5G. I'm learning about this. The Lauren D'Alessandro has told me all about like all these student loan debt bubble and car loan bubbles and all this stuff. So it's been really great. So speaking of, Citizens Media TV sent Bloomberg opposition treasure trove via Patreon DM. Okay, yeah, dude, I'll look at that. Yeah, just being on the road and then all this stuff with Iowa, I've just fallen the holidays and I felt and then all this Iowa, the primaries and the debates have like fallen a little behind on my Patreon videos, but I'll get them out there. Thank you for sending me that. Sean Comets. Sean's a really cool artist. Check out his political art. Did you see some of the Buttigieg and his former work at McKinsey? Gross. Opioids and other gross things. Oh, God. I mean, McKinsey. Oof. Yeah, Buttigieg has done so many awful things. Not to mention when he was with that consulting firm, they helped get rid of union jobs for the Postal Service. They helped up premiums for Anthem Blue Cross. He's the worst. He's the worst. So, Sparky, shave your knuckles for justice. Graham, you're not being a good sheepy. I know I should be a better sheep. I got to be a better sheep. 418 people watching, 307 likes. Check it out. Angelina RML, I love you, dude. Love you too. High five. The Canadian government is a global charlatan. Yeah, well, there's oil up in Canada, you know. And they'll do whatever America says, you know, because they got to just, it's just so brutal. How does one cleanse if their drinking water is full of lead and pesticides? The air is brown with smog. Boy, yeah, exactly. I don't know. That's a great question. Yeah. There's got to be YouTube videos on how to clean that. Also, I would reach out to Snork Y2K. I believe that's his website. He's really good on water filtration and stuff like that. I would check that out. He's pretty solid on that. Annabelle Corley went for a swim this morning. It was murky. It's not right. Yeah, we've seen it in California, and the fires keep getting worse and worse in California. And what's scary is 2 years ago, we had the worst fires ever. It was awful. And they pale in comparison to what just happened in Australia. If you watch my video from like last month, and I found this map. So basically landmass wise, Australia is about the same landmass wise as North America. And they superimposed Australia across North America. And then they just showed, like, I'm pretending my hand here is Australia. They showed all the fire regions, and then you put that over America and you're like, oh, Louisiana would be up in flames. Texas is gone. Most of California, like it was nuts. The East Coast, the Carolinas, they're gone. Like, and if America thinks it can't happen there, it's crazy. It is crazy. Hillbots are backing Bloomberg and say Warren is too far left. Oh God, they've been so fucking spoon-fed this bullshit. It's unbelievable. I live on the line of a city of Flint, and even though I don't get lead in my water, I've heard from my Flint coworkers that they still need filters. I have a filter just in case. God. Ugh. Yeah, it's pretty scary times right now, but we're so actually at a critical point where the solutions could transform the whole world. Like a real Green New Deal and all that stuff that I've talked about could transform the world. So Snork Y2K is addressing water filtration. If water drips through it by gravity, it probably isn't filtering. So I would reach out to Snork Y2K and get more information from him, because Patreon has blocked me from contacting you or even logging in. God, Snork, that doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, dude. I'll look into that. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. All right. Yeah. I'll reach out to you, Snork, and we'll connect again. I'm sorry about that. I wish I knew what was causing that, but sorry. Emberg 33, shave your knuckles for justice. People may be sheep, but we can shear them. That's the point. That's the thing about this. I know it gets frustrating for all of us, but I look at actually as an opportunity. There's all these people that need to be woken up. Yelling at them, arguing them, saying, yeah, blah, blah, that's not effective. Going, hey, have you thought of this? Hey, have you thought of that? Just spoon feed them some little information to see if they'll start opening up to it. Some people will flip. Some people will open up. Some people never will. The diehard Hillary, the diehard Trumpers, they're some of them are just, I don't know, they're out to lunch. I don't know, they just are beyond reason. I don't know what it is, but there are people that are, you know, you can influence them. You can show them the truth and the facts and let them, and they'll go, oh wow, it's possible. It is possible. Don't give up hope on that. There's a lot of people who've turned. I'm sure many of you like woke up at some point. You know, I did. We all did. So don't lose faith. Think about what got you to win. What was the breadcrumbs you followed that got you to where you're here now and you're paying attention and you're following me and all these other independent media people? Go back and look at your bread. What got you there? And then you see, oh, is this person told me this, or I got that, or I got this little, you know what it is. Start slowly doing that with people around you. That's how that works. Melissa H. What's up, Melissa? Pete, created by the DNC, funded by billionaires. I think Pete was actually created by the CIA because he's a former Navy intelligence officer. And he's one of these CIA Democrats. I did a video about that 2 years ago. So it's like, it's that's what that is, man. Oh, here it is. I'm retweeting this thing about Buttigieg so everybody can see it. Cat B just sent it to me. Thanks, Cat. 411 people watching. 342 likes. Hit the like button. All right, where are we at? Heavy MTL Mike. Shave your knuckles for justice, heavy MTL Mike. Artist, taxi driver, boots on the ground in New Hampshire. Ever spoke with him? No, I have not. Not. I don't know who that is, but let me know. So Tuesday, I will be live in the studio starting at 5 p.m. Pacific. That's 8 p.m. Eastern. That's when the polls close in New Hampshire. So I will be going over New Hampshire election results and, you know, breaking down exactly how they cheated in New Hampshire this Tuesday, which is the 11th. And I believe Ron will be my co-host. I'm not sure. He might be busy doing Jimmy stuff or whatever, but if Ron's available or whoever, it will be me and at least one other person breaking down the election results on Tuesday, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Follow me on social media at Graham Elwood on Twitter. That's where I announce this. Also, make sure you hit the bell notification button. Even if you've hit it before, make sure you're subscribed because they're unsubscribing people. We're stuck at like 59,600, 59,700, somewhere in there. So let's get over 60,000 subscribers. You may have, I know people have been like, Graham, I've been unsubscribed from your channel 3 times. I'm sorry. I wish I could do something about that. Hey, Mayor, shave your knuckles for justice. Have you canvassed in California for Bernie? Be a great video. No, that's a great thing. I've gone to some campaign events and I push it out on this show a lot. But no, I'll do that's some. I've shot video at when he's spoken in California, in LA specifically. But I'll try to do that. That is a great point. Thanks, Mayors. I appreciate that, and thank you for all the work you did in Iowa, and you and everybody else who canvassed for Bernie in Iowa, and this ridiculous thing happened, but it wasn't for your and many other people's lack of effort. So show Mayor some shaved knuckle justice. Kilkenny B, what's up? Boom. Pete is the love child of Granny Petrol and Juan Guaido. But Greta, a naval intelligence officer is good for you. It's like drinking cold sandwiches. Get bread soaked in oil and put a piece of coal between 2 things. That's the equivalent of Mayor Pete being our president, Greta. Just think, Greta. Always put your coal thinking cap on, Greta. And drink some delicious oil. Oh. Annabelle Corley, what's up, Annabelle? Shave your knuckles for justice. Down under style. Chloe has a crush on Little Pete. Centrist Dem chicks love little evil men.